Cambodia is blessed with some of the most fascinating temples ever made by humankind. A rich and successful empire flourished here between the 802 and 1431. Its capital, Angkor, was dotted by amazing temples of incredible sizes and artistic and architectural complexity. It took us 3 days to visit the most important 10 temples in this incredible site, so follow us in the discovery of this astonishing place. We left the Angkor tomb from the Eastern Gate, also known as the Gate of Death. The Gate of Death is usually ignored by the vast majority of tourists and can be reached just by a dirt trail. Its relative remoteness gives it a unique charm compared to the others.
This was still made by during the kingdom of Jayavarman VII, and indeed on the top we can see a peaceful image of a smiling Buddha resembling the monarch. The elephants are the symbol of strength and protection of the gate of the ancient city of Jayavarman VII, the center of the power of the Khmer Empire.
After riding our scooter 1 kilometer on the east from the Bayon temple, we reached our destination, the Ta Prohm.
Now we're going to see one of the most iconic temples of the city of Angkor, the Ta Prohm, was built in the style of Jayavarman VII, and this temple was dedicated to his mother, which is personified with the goddess. The original name was Raja Vihara, and once this was the house of 12,500 among workers, among priests, dancers, and which lived just in the temple. And then all around there were 80,000 people working to feed the people here in this temple, built in 1186. So let's go see it. This temple is also very famous to be the temple where it was recorded the famous film Tomb Raider, Lara Croft, with Angelina Jolie. It was from 2001, if I'm not wrong. So that's why we have this stereotypical idea of the exotic temple in Southeast Asia, thanks to that film. This famous temple, which is famous for one main characteristic, seems like that was taken back by nature. So that's why we see a lot of roots, a lot of these trees growing in their huge size on top of the temple, digging with their roots inside the temple, like making it like a kind of part of it. And this is because the temple, as many others, has been abandoned for many centuries. Since the late 15th centuries, nobody lived in this temple anymore. So for centuries it was in the middle of the jungle. When it was discovered again by the French archaeologists at the beginning of the 20th century, they decided to leave the temple as it is nowadays. Because of that idea, that beauty of picturesque, that's why this makes it one of the most iconic temple here near Siem Reap. Imagine once these corridors were crowded of people, priests, monks, servants, going up and down, to serve and had the ceremonies of this temple, which was also the center of the city. A city of 80,000 people, big villages, near the Angkor, the capital, which was actually probably at a certain point englobed the whole area was part of it. So imagine how was this place that was alive once, but not anymore. Well, it's still alive by tourists now. Do you see this? This is a detail that not many notice when they come here in this temple. This is known as the dinosaur of the Ta Prohm because it resembles a bit of dinosaur. Now, this has been taken by some people with a lot of fantasy, a lot of imagination, as an evidence of a period where dinosaurs and humans were living together. Now, as you can imagine, there are no scholars that argue that it's just kind of a rumor. The one that remembers of a stegosaurus actually it's probably another animal with some foliage around it. There are different creatures. Some are mythical creatures, some other are animals. Maybe this one looks like a cow. I don't know. There are monkeys maybe. Right, so could be any animal, could be, an artwork, not of a particular talented artist, But still, it's curious that they became so famous because of this. So, we've been visiting this astonishing temple, right, which was dedicated to Prajnaparamita, sorry for my pronunciation, which was the famous goddess of wisdom in the Hindu mythology, although this was born as a Buddhist sanctuary, a Buddhist temple. The figure of this goddess in this temple was modeled on the resemblance of the mother of Jayavarman VII, because Mummy is always Mummy, right? And also for the biggest of the kings of the Khmer empires. There's also another temple which was dedicated to his father, and maybe later we're going to see it.
The Ta Prohm is arguably among the 3 most famous temples in Angkor. Now it's time to explore some less known but still impressive temples. See you in the next video.